Mr. Kitover, let's not beat around the bush. We both know what we are here for. We want to know all of your dirty secrets. You spent years in military command where hesitation can fetch lives. Now you operate in politics where hesitation can cost nations years of progress. I wonder, has the battlefield made you more patient with people? Are you more inclined to give yourself a hands-free orgasm?
Well, I have found that Clubhouse has actually been very good in terms of like anger management because there are people here that I would, truth be told, I would rather be doing something else than talking to them. So, but I still want to give them their moment to converse, out of not just respect, but out of intelligence. Because if I were to be rude or ever try to make somebody feel less than, like the girls above in my YouTube channel who tried to kill me last night after I filmed them filming themselves shake their money makers.
It's really an honor to be across the table from you, John, but I do sense within you a deep whimsy and woe. How many lives have been lost at the edge of your sword? You are chilling. Indeed, I feel a sense of chill running down my spine, up through my taint, into my asshole, quivering. And I know how many men you've killed and how many lives are in the palm of your hands. I read that some of your colleagues describe you as a man permanently 10 moves ahead of everyone. That sounds impressive, but also exhausting for the people around you. Have you ever had to pretend to not solve a problem immediately, just so everyone could catch up emotionally?
No, not in my recent work experience. But, there are times where just out of pure boredom, I may actually fail the test intentionally just to continue to take the test out of boredom's sake because there's nothing else to do. Hello?
There's an intensity about you, John. The kind of intensity that makes people sit straighter when you enter a room. And you also have the reputation for unexpected humor. One night, at a gala before the Japanese Royal Council, you took your trousers down, masturbated to a hands-free orgasm, and shit directly on the sacred statue. Was comedy always part of your personality, or did you discover somewhere along the way that laughter can sometimes accomplish what authority cannot?
Yes, comedy has always been a part of my life ever since Rodney Dangerfield touched me at the Comedy Store in a special place. Regal, welcome to the show. This is the John Kitover Saturday show. Welcome. Daniel has been Thank you. Daniel has been conducting an interview so the voters of Chicago can make an informed decision February 23rd, 2027 on who the next mayor of Chicago is going to be. Do you have any questions for mayoral candidate John Kitover?
How can you improve the quality of the drinking water over there?
Well, they're doing a lead pipe replacement, and I worry that by ripping up lead pipes, they're actually contaminating the water even more. But it is a multi-billion-dollar contract, so there's a lot of profit, hundreds of millions of dollars to be made in plumbing revitalization. But is it equitable? Because there's a lot of white people that are getting free plumbing work done, But if you call the plumber's gonna come. But I ain't the plumber.
I like what you've got going on here, but you know what would be even more funny if you like had like a different suit and a different emotion to each picture of each of these profiles. Like they're a different emotion of John.
Yeah, that would be good. I could work on that, eventually rotate it, have a unique
Like
profile.
you can't get off the mic on the crazy one. You can do crazy John, happy John, sad John, excited John.
Did you ever see the original Wolverine movie? Your picture on your PTR is a picture of Wolverine, and when he gets the adamantium infusion sent into his tuchus that makes his bones the densest object on the planet, he escapes butt naked, and he kills everybody and cuts through 2 feet of steel and jumps off of a cliff into a river butt naked. That's how powerful he was as a Wolverine. So I think the question here today is, what are you going to do with the rest of your day?
Huh. Well, I just got done getting some cheeks a minute ago, making some chicken noodle soup. It's a little gray out. And I think I'm going to sit back and have some chicken noodle soup. Maybe masturbate a little bit, who knows?
Have you ever put dill in yo chicken noodle soup? Because I have an herb garden and I got some dill growing and I got a can of chicken noodle soup just waiting for that dill. The problem with the dill is after I took it out of the organic hydroponic grow system and I put it in a grow bag, it lost its essence. All those little flakes of dill smell no longer come off of it.
That does happen, dude. You can't take all the hydration out of it. It's sad, but it's a thing.
Well, I guess
you probably wouldn't want that to happen. Kind of like, I don't know what you're doing with that. But,
you know what the secret is?
Basil leaves in there, or
there's no reason to shop.
Maybe something like that.
I got basil. I can put some
Stuff's
basil in
pretty
there.
good.
I'm just saying that in today's world of produce, if you buy stuff and you think you're going to eat it a week later.
You grow fresh basil in there, or?
Yeah, I got fresh basil. I got dill. I got thyme, rosemary. I got all kinds of stuff growing. I got a big garden vegetable garden over here. So, Daniel, are there any other questions for mayoral candidate John Kitover you'd like to ask? Okay, Regal, are there any other questions for mayoral candidate John Kitover of Chicago you'd like to ask? Okay, well, we're going to move on to the reading component of this room. We're moving on to page 66 of Ayn Rand's The Virtue of Selfishness by Nathaniel Branden. Isn't everyone on Clubhouse selfish? Some variety of this question is often raised as an objection to those who advocate an ethics of rational self-interest. For example,
Did you record that? I really look at chicks again, white girl wasted. I really gotta ask you, what the fuck is that? Who is John Gall?
I think you're pronouncing it wrong. It's pronounced John Gout.
I mean, are we doing Atlas Shrugged? It's John Gout. Like, wait, who's John Gall?
All hail Megatron. Bible, Quranic, Supreme Troll, all hail Super Troll Megatron, Master and Commander of the Super Troll. Well, I can see that the minion is forming.
I'll come through like I'm Leonardo from the Thundercats, be like, Thundercats, 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 oh, bitch!
Okay, if you haven't invited people to the room yet, please do so now. Click that link in the top and then go through your invite friends to join and click, 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 click. And then scroll down.
John, I just lost 30 brain cells in another room, so I'm trying to gain them back by coming in here. You think it's possible that you can help me out with that?
Yeah, you're in the right space to regain intelligence because I can read a book to you, and that'll put you in the top 1% of all Clubhouse speakers today.
And I can tell you that God is full of shit, and act like a fucking drill sergeant and tell you how to fuck get your head up your ass.
No, he's got a point. He's got a point with the drill sergeant thing. I'm with you on that. 100%. That was great.
Actually, click the link above, Megatron, click the link above because last night I filmed these 4 little hoes shaking their ass on the dance club stage, and then they tried to kill me, and they ran me out of the bar, ran me down the street, and they were demanding I delete the clip from YouTube. But I said no. I said, no, you haven't even read Ayn Rand. We have to talk about capitalism, laissez-faire capitalism, of me filming you, film yourselves, shake your money makers.
Yeah, I don't know what went on last night. I went to sleep early last night, so I don't know. Maybe you can fill me in. I don't know what's going on. I don't have a lot of good reception here, so I'm not gonna be able to play the video. You left your house last night? Where did you go? Where did you leave? That's an event in itself. Like, where did you go?
Just click the link above. It's a YouTube link. Watch the video, and you can see exactly where John Kitover went.
Yeah, he was watching some white girls get white girl wasted.
Hello everybody, I want to welcome myself back in John Kitover group channel. Welcome everybody to this YouTube channel, Clubhouse channel, Twitter channel, X channel, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to this group. I want to say hi to Rico and Megatron who showed this room on stage.
What is spring break gone wild and going on?
What's going on, John Kitover?
Well, we're reading from one of the only men who has ever actually eaten out Ayn Rand's pussy and sucked on her clitoris. Nathaniel Brandon.
Wow.
For example, it is sometimes claimed everyone does what he really wants to do. Otherwise, he wouldn't do it. Or no one ever really sacrifices himself, since every purposeful action is motivated by some value or goal that the actor desires. Only one always acts selfishly, whether one knows it or not. To untangle the intellectual confusion involved in this viewpoint, let us consider what facts of reality give rise to such an issue as selfishness versus self-sacrifice, or egoism versus altruism, and what the concept of selfishness means and entails. The issue of selfishness versus self-sacrifice arises in an ethical context. Ethics is a code of values to guide man's choices and actions. The choices and actions that determine the purpose and course of his life. In choosing his actions and goals, man faces constant alternatives. In order to choose, he requires a standard of value purpose,
Anything more
which his
fulfilling
actions are to serve,
than
or at which they are to aim.
Amigo.
Value presupposes an answer to the question of value to whom and for what.
Amigo, make pro.
What is to be the goal or purpose of a man or woman's choices and actions here on Clubhouse?
Amigo, make pro.
Who is to be the intended beneficiary of his actions?
Matron, I know you can hear me, little bitch. Come on. Speak up, little bitch, you little fucking nigger. Real nigger, speak up, bitch. I know you can hear me, bitch.
I'm trying to get to my phone. I was charging it. I'm sorry. I didn't answer fast enough. I'm sorry. My God. I didn't mean to upset you. I'm so sorry.
Comes on the Clubhouse app.
I am so sorry.
I want to apologize.
I didn't mean to.
You guys didn't mean it.
Yeah, I didn't mean to get you upset. Okay. All right, good.
Need to mean to get me upset. You didn't get me upset, you little bitch ass nigger.
Oh, okay, good.
Real, do you want to say anything to Megan from me?
That's it. Thank you.
Excuse me, did I stutter, nigger?
Yeah.
Did I fucking stutter?
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, wait. Alright, okay, where did I stutter? Where? Tell me exactly where did I stutter. Go ahead, do it in slow motion, please. Or maybe do it fast forward. Go ahead.
You said stutter wrong. Stuttering, like you said duther, like like that's stuttering. That's really not. You gotta get it together, bro.
Okay, the stage has been cleared. Clear stage. Stage is clear. We're going to take the John Kitover Saturday show in a new direction. Unfortunately, Fatima, we can't permit you to come here and use the N-word. We know you want to have some fun and use a word that could be very scandalous and inappropriate for yourself. And maybe in your society you can't use that N-word. But here in America, where the N-word is sacred, we can't let the N-word capital economy not actually monetize. So unfortunately, based on Ayn Randian principles, we have put you in what's called the non-capital, laissez-faire, non-creative section. You're incapable of actually producing value because you have no values. But that's okay, because we're going to help you get those values that you so desperately need in today's valueless world. We're going to read Nathaniel Branden, one of the only men that have successfully actually eaten out Ayn Rand's pussy and sucked on that clit till she came in his mouth. The clash between egoism and altruism lies in their conflicting answers to these questions. Egoism holds that man is an end in himself. Altruism holds that man is a means to the ends of others. Egoism holds that morally, the beneficiary of an action should be the person who acts. Altruism holds that morally, the beneficiary of an action should be someone other than the person who acts. To be selfish is to be motivated by concern for one's self-interest. This requires that one consider what constitutes one's self-interest and how to achieve it, what values and goals to pursue, what principles and policies to adopt. If a man were not concerned with this question, he could not be said objectively to be concerned with or to desire his self-interest. One cannot be concerned with or desire that of which one has no knowledge. Selfishness entails a hierarchy of values set by the standard of one's self-interest, and b, the refusal to sacrifice a higher value to a lower one or to a non-value. A genuinely selfish man knows that only reason can determine what is, in fact, to his self-interest, that to pursue contradictions or attempt to act in defiance of the facts of reality is self-destructive, and self-destruction is not to his self-interest. To think is to man's self-interest. To suspend his consciousness is not. To choose his goals in the full context of his knowledge, his values, and his life, is to man's self interest to act on the impulse of the moment, without regard for his long range context, is not. To exist as a productive being is to man's self interest. To attempt to exist as a parasite is not. To seek the life proper to his nature is to man's self interest. To seek to live as an animal is not. Because a genuinely selfish man chooses his goals by the guidance of reason, and because the interests of rational men do not clash, other men may often benefit from his actions, but the benefit of other men is not his primary purpose or goal. His own benefit is his primary purpose, and the conscious goal directing his actions. To make this principle fully clear, let us consider an extreme example of an action which in fact is selfish, but which conventionally might be called self-sacrificial. A man's willingness to die, to save the life of the woman he loves. In what way would such a man be the beneficiary of his action?
Know that the chosen priest, the axle of infinite space, is the prince, priest, the beast, and in his woman called the Scarlet Woman is all power given. They shall gather my children into their fold. They shall bring the glory of the stars into the hearts of men. 16, for he is ever a sun and she a moon. But to him is the winged secret flame, and to her the stooping starlight. But we are not so chosen. 18 burn upon their brows, O splendorous serpent. 19,
Because of the power of our military.
woman bend upon them. 20,
Plan. Because of
key of the rituals
plan.
is in the secret
Plan.
word which I have given unto him.
You don't prescribe? Oh, really? Really? Oh, that's good news.
Now ye
What
shall
do you
know
believe?
that the chosen priest I
Hello?
saw infinite space. Is the
Oh,
prince
you don't
priest
prescribe.
the
Really? Well, that's good news. You don't agree. What do you believe? Hello?
and in his woman called the Scarlet Woman is all power given. They shall gather my children into their fold. They shall bring the glory of the stars into the hearts of men. 16. For he is ever a son, and she a moon. But to him is the winged secret flame, and to her the stooping starlight. 17. But ye are not so chosen. 18. Burn upon their brows, O splendrous serpent. 19. As your lidded woman bend the covenant. 20. The key of the rituals is in the secret word which I have given unto him.
Is not the meaning of life. Life beyond death is not the meaning of life. Jesus Christ is not the meaning of life. That does not mean that life has no meaning. I want you to remember my statement. I am an existence, and I say to you that life is neither meaningful nor meaningless. The question is irrelevant. A life is just an opportunity, an opening. It depends what you make of it. It depends on you.
These are fools that men adore.
Depends on you.
Both their gods and their men.
वैज्ञानिक कहते हैं इस तरह की कम से कम 50,000 पृथ्वियों पर जीवन कम से कम 50,000
Come forth, O children, under the stars and take your fill of love. 13. I am above you and in you. My ecstasy is in yours. My joy is to see your joy. 14. Oh, fair The gemmed azure is the naked splendor of new it. She bends in ecstasy to kiss the secret ardors of her need. The winged globe, the starry blue, her mind, Oenka Fnachon Su. My joy is to see your joy.
The manifestation of new it, the unfurling of the company of heaven. Every man and every woman is a star. For every number is infinite, there is no difference. Help me, O warrior Lord of thieves, in my unveiling before the children of men. 60 thou hast thee to my secret center, my heart and my tongue. 7, behold, it is revealed my Iris, the minister of four apartment. 8, the couch is in the cool. Not the poo in the cups. 9, worship then the cups, and behold, my light shed over you. 10, let my servants be few and secret. They shall rule the many and the a manifestation of new wheat, to the unveiling of the company of heaven. Every man and every woman is a star. Every number is infinite. There is no difference. 5, help me, O warrior Lord of is the head of the man, and my insight is keen as the horse. By my head I invoke I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear. By my body I invoke thee. About me shine the diamonds of radiance white and pure. By their brightness I invoke thee. Mine is the red triangle reversed aside, given on the sacred deed of thee, O Lord. By the Lamb and I invoke thee. Mine is the garment of white, sewn with gold, the flashing of light that I wear. By my robe I invoke thee. Mine is the sign of the prophets and time. By the sign I invoke Mine is the turban of white and gold, and mine the blue vigor of the intimate air. By my crown I invoke thee. My fingers travel on the beats of pearl, so run I after thee in thy car of glory. By my fingers I invoke thee. I bear the wand of double power and the voice of the Master. By the song I invoke thee. In my hand is thy sword of revenge. Let it strike at thy bidding. conquering Lord, Horus Avenger. My hand is thy sword of revenge. Strike thy cheek. By the sword I hold thee. The voice of the 611 are the voices. Mine is the head of the man, and my insight is keen as the hawks. By my head I invoked it. I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear. By my body I invoked it. About me shine the diamonds of radiance, white and pure. By their brightness I invoke it. Mine is the red triangle reverse, the sign given of none. Save it be of thee, O Lord. By the Lamb and I invoke thee. Free mine is the garment of white, sewn with gold. The flashing of eye that I wear by my robe I invoke thee. Mine is the sign of a prophet and typhon. By the sign I invoke it. For mine is the turban of white and gold, and mine the blue vigor of the intimate. By my crown I invoke it. My fingers travel on the beads of pearl, so run I after thee in thy car of glory. By my fingers I invoke thee. I hear the bond of double power in the voice of the master. Abraham, by the word I invoke thee. Be mine are the dark blue waves of music in the song that I made of old to invoke thee. Strike! Strike the master chord. Draw! Draw the flaming sword. Draw! Child and conquering Lord. Horus! Avenger! By the song I invoke thee. In my hand is my sword of revenge. Let it strike at thy bidding. By the sword I invoke thee. The voice of the fight, the voice of the 611 of the voices. Abraham, fingers I invoke thee. For that the one that double power in the voice of the master. Abrahadabra. By the word I invoke thee. Hey, mine heart did not know waves of music in the song that I made of all to invoke thee. Strike, strike the master chord, draw the flaming sword, crown, giant and conquering Lord, all Lord, Amen, God, by the sword I invoke. In my hand is the sword of revenge, let it strike, and I begin, by the sword I invoke. The voice of the fight, the voice of the six, 11 are the voices. Abracadabra. Mine is the head of the man, and my insight is keen as the ox. By my head I know. I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear by my body. I know about me. Shine the diamonds of radiance, white and pure by the brightness. I know mine is the red triangle reverse. The sign given of none, save it be of thee. Oh Lord, by the layman. I know mine is the garment of white, so mine is the head of the man, and my insight is keen as the ox. By my head I invoke thee. I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear by my body. I invoke thee. About me shine the diamonds of radiance, white and pure. By their brightness, I. Mine is the head of the on my pizza! Mine is the head of the hawk! I bear the rose and cross of life and I bear the rose and cross of life and light, giving the sign at each abracadabra. Remaining in the sign, the invocation concludes. Therefore I say unto thee, come thou forth and dwell in me, so that every spirit, whether of the firmament, or of the ether, or of the earth, or under the earth, on dry land, or in the water, a whirling air, or a rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God, the vast one, might be mine is the head of the hawk, abracadabra, and ends. 6. I bear the rose and cross of life and light, giving the sign at each and abracadabra. Remaining in the sign, the invocation concludes. Therefore I say unto thee, come thou forth and dwell in me, so that every spirit, whether of the firmament, or of the ether, or of the earth, or under the earth, on dry land, or in the water, or whirling air, or a rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God, the vast one, might be thee.
My fear turned gold in your eyes, and my whole night broke in two. I was lost in the noise, and now I'm learning how to stay close to your quiet light in the middle of the day. Stop thinking, let it fall. Take the deepest breath of them all. Hold it close. Don't run from the feeling. One more second, you can start believing. Wisdom of God, now is joy. Wisdom of your touch is a steady rain on the dust of who I was. Every wound gets named, then it fades in the hush. I don't need 1,000 signs when your name is in my chest. One deep breath, one brave step. Your touch is a steady rain on the dust of who I was. Every wound gets named, then it fades in a hush. I don't need 1,000 signs when your name is in my chest. One deep breath, one brave step, and the rest can be blessed. Start thinking, let it fall. Take the deepest breath of them all. Hold me close, don't run from the feeling. One more second, you can start believing. Wisdom of God, now it's joy. Wisdom of God, now it's love. Wisdom of God, my heart is open. Wisdom of God, I rise above. Let it go, go, go. You are the answer. I needed to know. If I tremble, stay near. If I break, pull me through. Teach my hands to release what I cannot hold with you. 1099, 1099. I breathe in your holy calm and the storm in my head lays down like a palm. Wisdom of God, now it's joy. Wisdom of God, now it's love. Wisdom of God, my heart is open. Wisdom of God, I rise above. Hold, let it go, go, go. You are the answer. I needed to know. Wisdom of God, now it's home. Wisdom of God, I'm yours alone. Wisdom of God is now joy, love, heart, enlightenment. You found me in the quiet with my hands still shaking. I was carrying the hurt like a name I couldn't drop. Then you touched my trouble and the whole room stopped. Stop thinking and your problems. Take the deepest breath of the day. Hold for 10, not 11. 10, 9, stay. Wisdom of God is now joy, love, heart, enlightenment. You found me in the quiet with my hands still shaking. I was carrying the hurt like a name I couldn't drop. Then you touched my trouble and the whole room stopped. Stop thinking and your problems. Take the deepest breath of the day. Hold for 10, not 11. 10, not 9. Stay.
Yo, John, you there? Yo, Johnny. Johnny Appleseed. You there?
El Normo!
It's tax advantage if you really want to know the truth about it, right? So a trust is tax advantage. I wouldn't explain anything that way because it doesn't mean anything. It's like, but that's just me. Like I'm just saying, I've literally never said that professionally. Um, so the question was about Roth IRAs. It's not just about a tax play, although it can be. Like I said, it's also if most people have the choice between a traditional and a Roth, that's the reason that the income requirements or limitations for a Roth are so low because it's not meant for extremely wealthy people. It's meant for everyday Americans to help them hold on to their dollars later versus now. That's all that
Why
is.
the United
That's
States
literally why they
should
were
not
created.
make this horrible JCPOA minus deal. Terrorism, nuclear weapons, we're going to have to be right back here in 5 years. The government can't agree on anything, blah, 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 blah. It does not matter. We understand the reasons why this regime should have been removed. But this president was never going to do it, and he's not going to do it. And laying out for the millionth time all the reasons why it should be done is just misleading people and giving people false hope. And that's been my complaint the whole time. Thanks.
Can I ask a question really quick, Vladimir, to Brian?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Brian, I think you and I have gone back and forth on this for, sadly, the past couple months, but you've said this before. Can you remind us what the difference is between having a plan and being prepared to execute that plan? Because Admiral Cooper, I think, gave a fantastic answer during his hearing. When he was being questioned, he's like, was Strait of Hormuz, supposed to be closed? Was this, was that? And he's like, I just give operational plans and they make the policy decision. I just work here, right? It was kind of like his answer. Can you kind of help me, remind me of that? Right?
So thanks, Craig. That's that answer by Admiral Cooper, who is by all accounts a great, admiral and done a fantastic job at what he was asked to do. And that's what the uniformed military does. They do what they're asked to do by the civilian chain of command. What he was saying under oath, as diplomatically as possible, is we, the military, had plans for every contingency that's played out. We warned the Secretary of Defense and the President about all of these risks, and they blew us off. So the difference between, and again, so frustrating, you see all these self-proclaimed military experts saying, how dare you say the United States didn't have plans? The U.S. military plans for everything. Yes, they do. Of course they do. But in this particular case, not the first time, in his hubris and in his certainty that he would get a Venezuela solution, either without dropping a bomb or in a few days, led the president to ignore all of the experts. And the result is 13 dead Americans, hundreds of billions of dollars gone, and most tragically, the complete loss of deterrence by the United States in this part of the 21st century. And just to Dr. Fungi's point about the waterways, as I said, the primary mission of the United States Navy, when it's not fighting wars, for 250 years, is to keep the waterways of the world open. Why? Because that is how you maintain an economy for the world. And now that we have allowed the Iranian regime to realize and demonstrate to the world that they can hold the world hostage, it's not just them. It's every other country in the world that has a waterway on its borders that it can blackmail the world on. So again,